Hello, everyone. It's Monday, October 24th. I'm Karen Connolly with the Scituate Select Board. This is our weekly news update, and joining me today are Jim Boudreau, our town administrator, and Bill Burkhead, our superintendent of schools. A couple of brief things from me before I turn it over to Jim. There is a meeting of the planning board coming up this Thursday, October 27th at 6:30 p.m. You can attend it live in person, or you can join via Zoom or a conference call. I highly recommend you consider this particular meeting. It starts at 6:30, and they will be reviewing the site plan for 7 New Driftway, which is the old medical building that is on the corner next to the Rotary. I know there's been quite a bit of interest in that project among the public, and this is an opportunity for you to listen to what the planning board has to say about it, the questions they're asking, and you will be able to ask questions if you have them. This is we now have a unique opportunity in many of our meetings for citizens to participate without having to attend meetings in person. So if you're interested in this particular project, you can attend via Zoom or however you wish, and it is at 6:30 this week. The other fun thing that's happening is Halloween in the Harbor, October 31st from 4 to 5 p.m. And as we all know, it gets dark by 5, so we like to have the little ones off the streets and safely at home, or at a party somewhere where they won't get into any trouble. So at any rate, that's all I have for this week. So I will turn it over to Jim.
Good morning. A lot of repeat stuff today, just to update people. So we'll start with water. The reservoir's at minus 37.5. Last week we were at minus 40.5. Tac Factory Pond is currently at +1. Last week we were at +3. So those are moving around, but the reservoirs are slowly filling up. Average daily demand was 1.091 million gallons a day, which is down from last week's 1.094 million gallons a day. The Commonwealth has updated us. We're now at a level 1 mild drought. We still do ask if you have brown water to let the water department know. Those are data points. We can possibly help you in a particular situation. Also, the water department has water. If you are having brown water, you can go to the water department during normal business hours. We do have water for you. Rainfall over the last 7 days, not including last night and today, was 0. And Selco, our contractor, is on Foxwell still. They're doing testing and sampling and should be finishing up on Foxwell this week. We would schedule paving for tomorrow and Wednesday for parts of Glades and Bailey's Causeway. They have now been moved to the end of the week, weather dependent. If it keeps raining, they may be pushed off again until next week, but we will get those done before the close of the paving season. Glades Road, we are still working on those stairs. It's been a tough schedule in terms of the tides. They will get those done, but Glades Road will continue to be a one-way from Gannett to Bailey's Causeway until the work on the stairs is completed. We have a call today in the lighthouse, where we are on that project. So next week, I'll be able to give a better update on where we are at the lighthouse project. But the lantern room is on the ground. The contractor, our design group, Spencer Design, is working on reviewing the condition of the lantern room, and we'll be making a determination whether that needs to be replaced or repaired, hopefully very soon, and get to work on that. Just to remind people, that's scheduled to be completed late spring, early fall of next year. The Veterans Advisory Council is announcing their events for Veterans Day, which is on Friday, November 11th. 11 a.m. at the Senior Center, there will be a flag ceremony, followed at noontime by a Veterans Luncheon sponsored by American Legion Post 144. That is by invitation only. It starts at noontime. Sorry, reservation only, not invitation. Please call 617-842-0092 to reserve your spot for that lunch. Always a great lunch, so please get your call in and make sure you get your space. After the luncheon, the Scituate Food Pantry will be hosting their salute to service on the Senior Center patio from 1 to 2:30. Dessert, gifts, and music for all the veterans. That's also a very good time. While we're on veterans activities, the VA van will be at the Senior Center all day on November 9th to help people sign up for benefits, straighten out any questions they have, fix any problems. They'll be there all day on the 9th, and they'll also have coffee and donuts. So if you need help with your VA benefits, please make sure you stop by and see the people that'll be manning the van on November 9th. Just an update on the meeting schedule. As Karen said, the planning board is meeting on Thursday night. Tuesday night, the Affordable Housing Trust and the assessors will be meeting. Wednesday is financial forecast and capital planning. And also Thursday night, aside from the planning board, is the Scituate Cultural Council. You can go to the town website and get their agendas and time and place of their meetings. But as Karen said, the planning board meeting is going to be a pretty big one on Thursday night. Well, they'll talk about 7 New Driftway, which is the old medical building, and really is the next big project for them in the Greenbush area. Aside from that, we are still looking for plow drivers. If you have a plow and you want to drive, please let us know. Call the DPW, and that's what I have for today.
Thank you, Jim. On to Bill.
Thank you, Ms. Colleen. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. The first update I would like to share today is the school building committee update from the new Hadley School project. The committee met last Monday. The committee discussed 3 designer architect applicants in detail, as we are in the designer feasibility study phase of the project. There was a consensus from the committee on moving 3 forward to the MSB designer selection process, all 3, I should say. On November 15th, the MSBA will hold a meeting to shortlist that group. And on November 29th, the group will meet again, the MSBA group, to conduct interview of the finalists. So shortly thereafter, early December timeline, we should be hearing more about our new designer and architect. Tonight, the school committee will meet, and some highlights for the agenda. It's hosted in the Scituate High School Library or online. It's a hybrid model, so either way you can make it. It's also taped, so if you want to, for your convenience, will be accessible after the meeting as well. But some of the highlights tonight, students Emma Rydell and Victor Boker, our student reps, will give an update, which is always interesting to learn about the schools through our student lens. The superintendent goals will be voted on. They were presented last meeting. They'll be voted on by the committee tonight. The school committee will share their initial goals tonight, and they'll be discussed. There'll be some policy updates, and tying in with my first point this morning, the MSBA new Hadley School project update will be in a little more detail than I gave tonight. We'll have our owner's project manager representative there to give some details on the project and comprehensive timeline for folks to get a better picture on upcoming events with the new school building project. And finally, we'll be having a presentation on student withdrawal from Scituate Public School survey. We've done some data research on that. We're going to be sharing that as well. So a lot going on tonight. Hope you can make it or watch it at a later date. The school community opportunity. All families, community members, and students and staff are invited to join us in the Performing Arts Center at Scituate High School on October 26th. That's this Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. We'll be having a STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math Plus presentation with a gentleman named Captain Barrington Irving. Please come meet Captain Irving, the founder of the Flying Classroom, and listen to his amazing story. We were fortunate enough to see Captain Irving on our opening day for staff. He's inspirational, he's a motivator, and great for kids and for adults alike. So if you can make that, please join us on Wednesday. It is homecoming week at the high school. So that's an exciting time in the fall. It's great to get traditions back. And so we're looking forward to that. It'll culminate this Friday night at the homecoming football game. There'll be a lot of activities before, during, and at halftime. There'll be a clubs and activities fair for the kids from 4 to 6. And that will be held out back in the parking lot and in the gym. And it's also senior night for our cheerleaders and football players. And another new and exciting thing, we're celebrating 50 years of Title IX at the game. So during halftime, we'll honor our past, present, and future Lady Sailors. So it's going to be a great night. Hope you can make it and participate in a great game, but also several great activities, including our Title IX celebration. And finally, just wanted to give a sailor shout out to our PTOs. I've been visiting them all this year, and last week I had the pleasure of visiting the Gates PTO. I just want to thank them for all they do and for allowing me to come to their meeting and talk about our goals and vision as a district, and to also get their input. It was and to thank them for all they do. So a shout out to all our PTOs, including the Gates last week, and thanks for having me. Have a wonderful week, everybody. That concludes my update for the week. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Jim. And happy Halloween to all the ghosts and goblins in Scituate. Have a good week.